like a tidal wave flooding through my brain, drowning in your grave and your eyes, the way they looked at me, like I was everything, the girl of your dreams. Your smile patience is rewarded.
All right, guys, what is going on? What is good? What is good? You know, move a couple things around, chat. Okay. I switched a bunch of settings around recently, so got some new stuff in OBS, got some new stuff in the Discord. That bot that tells me that you get ranked up for spamming the chat. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Anyway, what's good? You guys have a good weekend? Did you guys have a good weekend? Willow 2020H, Eric Slowly, Roberto, Scott, Zen, Marshall, Mark. Give me a second here. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Happy Monday, all. Looking forward to hearing your fearless leaders' thoughts, intellect, and knowledge on what is going on in the world and the markets. I'll tell you what's going on. I will tell you what's going on, big dog. And it's something that you already know. Market's up. We got $200 shy of passing another combine. Let's go. Trying to just chill and wait for something quick and clean. NQ, in my opinion. NQ, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. We're not there yet. We are not there yet. I've got three screens now. It's going to be hard to keep up with, but we're going to do our best. We are going to do our best, chat. Okay. What is Law 39? What is, in the 48 Laws of Trading by yours truly, what did I make law number 39? Does anybody know? I don't know, John. I don't take notes. I don't write anything down. I just wait for you to tell me. There it is. So I had to search it instead of scrolling through. That's a real easy way to find stuff in a PDF. In case you didn't know that, Control F is for search, because it's find. Anyway, law number 39 states that contrarian is king, the law of the masses. Observe the masses and do the opposite. Right? That was something that, excuse me, that was something that I learned from the Trade House, right? We know that most traders are wrong at market tops and bottoms. And it was Jim Rohn who said, if you do what everyone else does, you'll get the results everyone else has. That's crazy, Willow. That is absolutely crazy. But what do we do with this information, chat? What do we do with this information? I've talked about this time and time again. What do we do with it? What do we do with it? We go to our social media, because you guys won't get off social media. Well, some of you, but if you're going to be on social media, if everybody is saying the same thing, it is almost a guarantee that the opposite is going to happen. Simple. So what did all the trading, influencers, what did all the gurus, what did everybody say this weekend? We're going to long gold at the open. We're going to short stocks at Monday's open. Monday's going to crash. So why is it up then? Why is it up then? If it was supposed to crash, everybody said it was going to crash. What happened? What happened? Oh man, but it was priced in or whatever. Okay. No. This was given to you like 6, 7, 8 months ago, or probably longer than that. You know that you observe the masses and do the opposite. Do you do the same? No. You do the opposite. So if everybody is bullish, you want to be bearish. If everybody's bearish, like in this case, well, I ran this and, you know, I ran that and oil and this, that, and the third. Okay. And that makes sense logically. That makes sense in theory. It makes sense on paper. But in reality, you realize that trading is not that simple. It's not that simple. Everybody thought the market was going to crash, but we pointed out those highs last week, and that's where the market's going today. Or at least in that direction. It still may not hit that today, but it's at least going in that direction, right? So tell me how that works. How does that work? Why does the market keep going to levels that we call out in advance? Over above and beyond the fact that everybody thought it was going to do one thing, but it does the exact opposite. How does that work? In all seriousness, how does that work? It's because these people do not know how markets work. They don't know how markets book. They don't know what moves price. They think, you know, well, fundamentals this and fundamentals that. And yes, to an extent, fundamentals does play a role in long-term price action. But it's not that easy. You think it's that easy. It's not. Good job, Willow. Cameron said, I ran that shit up long. Cameron should be on Kill Tony. Cameron should be on Kill Tony. Because that's pretty lame. But probably better than half the jokes that I have. So we'll allow it. I'll allow it. He said, I ran straight to John's stream. I mean, no, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you did. But drop a 3-9 in the chat if you guys understand what I'm saying. Law number 39. Contrarian is king. Observe the masses and do the opposite. I should have turned the music back on for you guys, but it's all gravy. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys are paying attention. So what can we see here? Those highs, 25,099. Might as well say 25,100 just to keep it easy and even. Original consolidation, we leave it back into it. We leave it again. So we know, all right, that may be left open for a little bit. Our Friday, we're in electronic hours, by the way. We gapped down, right? Sunday night, taking out what? Some lows. That was that divergence with the S, if you remember that. But that divergence is short-term bullish, but that becomes low resistant lows later on. Right? We take that at our open. We trade back into the gap. We do not, fill it in. Instead, we leave a portion open. Then we trade lower, taking out that low during London probably. Yeah, London's right here. Okay? And just to give you a little bit more juice, you guys like juice? I love giving out the juice. You guys want some more juice? I haven't put out this video yet, but I guess you'll see it later. So I'll give you another example. All right, here is London Open, right? So that is 2 a.m. for me. London Open. We trade down. Then we obviously trade higher. We get a retracement. There's an imbalance in here. There's some lows in here that get swept right there. And our equities opens, right? It trades down and then launches higher. Then we have a reaccumulation and a continuation potential for these highs, right? Buying below the open in bullish conditions. Open, low, high, close. I just don't think we've made our high yet. So there's another example if you were trading during London. Trading right at the open to me is not usually something that I would do. But again, you know, price is price, okay? I'm not going to argue with it. You definitely shouldn't argue with it. So notice that's our 25% level as well. What is that? The lazy traders model. The LTM, the lazy traders model. When we cross 25%, when the low has been set, if we think the low has been set, we can say, I don't care about concepts or time because I'm lazy. Hey, you do you, man. I know people are going to be lazy. And I'm going to teach you the best way to be lazy too. Oop. Yeah, we definitely don't want to short that. There's your RR right there. There's your perfect 1 to 3. From 25 up to 50, that's a 1 to 1. 75, that's a 2 to 1. And those highs are a perfect 3 to 1. More models, more timing tools, more logic. This stuff just repeats, man. I was late to the party. There was no more juice. Oh, there's always more juice on my channel. There's always more juice on my channel. Big fella. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Just trying to squeeze it all in here so we can see it. Not gonna lie, as a dad, sometimes I gotta rely on that lazy model. I can't sit and stay on the charts. I got a pre-market. Oh, I can't read, bro. I got to pre-mark levels and trust what you've taught in combo with my bias. Exactly. Exactly. One of the most important things you can learn is the open, low, high, close concept, or the open, high, low, close concept. Yeah. I've shown you that a lot. That's the candle, remember? That's that big candle with wicks on each side of it, remember? And if we're anticipating expansion on a weekly, on a daily, or an hourly, it usually works well for the hour and above. The 15-minute and below, you will still get this phenomenon. But again, as always, the higher time frame you go, the more important it is. So whatever concept this may be, or whatever time frame this may be, this concept is still going to apply. It's still going to trade lower before going higher. It's still going to trade lower before going higher. It's still going to trade lower before going higher on every time frame. So, but yeah, it doesn't take a lot to understand the law today. This is one of the most simplest laws there is. It's not even it's not even technical analysis or fundamental analysis. It's oh man, I'm forgetting the word right now because this is a live stream and people are here. It's almost like a vibes analysis. If everybody is stacked one way, you're going to do better going the other way, probably 9 times out of 10. Maybe not every time, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to do well taking the opposite of what everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever thought about this? Think about this early in your career, where it seemed like all you did was take losses. You got one win here or there, you know, here and there. But drop a 1 in the chat if that's ever been you. I'm not afraid to admit it. There are times early in my career where it just felt like I just couldn't take a win, bro. I was like, gosh darn, what is going on? L after L after, it's like when a cat steps across your keyboard, smashes the L button, and there's a bunch of L's on the screen, dog. Like, that's what my early career looked like. I was like, dude, if I, and this is the thought that came in, man, if I only just did the opposite. If I only just did the opposite. If I keep taking L's back to back to back to back, it was instead of hitting the buy button, why don't I just hit the sell button? Instead of selling, why don't I just hit the buy button? If that's the case. Okay. There's a reason that happens, broski. There's a reason that happens. He said crashing out. Yeah, don't do that. Couldn't hit water off the boat. Yeah. Well, chances are you probably did not target equal highs, or look for low risk buys, or look at Sunday's gap, or look at opening prices. You know, there's probably a few things that you were missing, some key elements that you were missing, and then revenge trading was taken over. But it's because at a point you were flying blind. So if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there. As Seneca famously said, if a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable. You don't even know where you're going. Meaning you don't know where price is going. If you don't know where price is going, you're going to have a really hard time trading well. That's crazy that you lose. That's insane. Anyway, I don't really have much for the other indices. I don't have too much. I would have favored, like if it was up to me, obviously it's not, but if it was up to me, I would have wanted some similar highs on ES. So we don't have that. I also would have preferred today if we didn't leave like equal lows at the open for Dow. I thought that was a little janky to me. But you see how they just keep dragging it higher and higher and higher and higher. This still may retrace. We may take out some internal lows, but it just looks like every time the market, like if people think like, oh, we made a high and we're trading lower, if they still have that bearish sentiment from social media that everything's going to shit, you know, then if they want to short and they're trying to short near the high of the day, it just keeps jamming higher. You guys see what I'm saying? Like it just keeps going higher, right? Price makes a high, trades lower. People may want to short that retracement. It does go lower here and then bang, right up above those highs. Starts to trade lower a little bit. Oh, okay, maybe now we can short. Bang, right up, new high. Retracement, okay. Well, now everybody's been stopped out a couple times in a row. Okay, now we can short a retracement. Bang. It trades, doesn't make a new high, but it is like grind higher. You know what I mean? It looks like it's punishing shorts. Anybody that's trying to short is getting punished. Same thing with ES. High, retracement, or excuse me, makes a high, it goes lower, and then a retracement, like, oh, we're going to short that. It goes a little bit lower, bang, stopped out. Okay, now it goes lower. Oh, well, everybody got stopped out. Let me try and get back in. Okay, bang, get stopped out. Okay, now I'll get short again. Bang, stopped out. Okay, well, now there's been 2 or 3 hunts in a row. Now it's definitely not going to go higher. Bang, goes higher again. This is one of those days. This is one of those grinding days, dude. I think it's going to, and again, I could be wrong, but it just looks like one of those days it's going to keep grinding higher and higher and higher. I forgot who said it. It's popular in the trading community. The markets can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. And people are looking at this chart and they don't get it. But I thought this, but Trump that. But all this war, all this shit. You gonna argue with the market? You should never, never, never argue with the market, ever. You can argue with anybody you want to. We're all people. We have biases. We have emotions. We have religious beliefs or non-religious beliefs. You know, we're all, what's it called? We're all independent, right? We're all unique in some sense. So there's going to be disagreements that all of us will probably, you know, not agree on, right? Plenty of people disagree with me because I don't believe in supply and demand, and I believe this stuff is ran by an algorithm, and I prove it. You know what I mean? With a lot of evidence, but people are still going to hold on to their own beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So they look at this and it's irrational to them. It doesn't make sense to them. It's frustrating for them. They don't get it. Right? And the craziest thing is, it's practicing insanity to sit here and try to tweak indicator settings, to try and figure out which angle the trend line, you know, is supposed to be. Oh, well, what colors are the chart? You know, I got to change my colors again. Well, instead of green and red, I got to go green and blue. I got to change my candlestick colors. Okay. Maybe that'll help, I guess. But again, if you do not understand where the markets are likely to trade to, you're not going to do well. And if you sit here and try to reinforce the same information that hasn't been working for you, that's insanity. Well, I keep going with what everybody's saying, but I keep getting my ass kicked. Right, because you are violating law number 39. You're violating law number 39. Law number 39 says, see what everybody else is doing. And if it's 50-50, you know, don't fade that because there's nothing to fade. But if it's 70-30, 80-20, maybe 90-10, if everybody is so stacked in one direction, that is your signature that we are absolutely going the opposite direction. Almost every time. Okay? People try to rely so much on fundamentals and they don't rely on price. They do not rely on time, price, and context when that is king. That is king. Contrarian is king. I titled that because it's an alliteration, even though it's different letters, C and K, but it makes sense. The C and the K sound the same. Contrarian is king. But the superior method is time, price, and context. You can't improve upon perfection. So the longer you try to do other things outside of understanding inefficiencies and understanding, let's go to NQ. The longer you avoid trying to understand liquidity, right? Liquidity, inefficiencies, not understanding how price moves, the four ways, liquidity to liquidity, or in this case, like an inefficiency to liquidity, right? That's how you're going to get on the right side of the market. Period. And that's fine, Gigi. That's fine. And I say that because even though it looks like you missed out, and that's true, you at least didn't lose money. So you may, if you do it too much, you may be under trading probably, but at least not losing is a good thing. All right, sorry, Cameron. I gotta bump the message. I gotta replace it. Libra said, I bought NQ live today on YouTube. Your teaching is the best in the world. Sheesh. I didn't pay him to say that, by the way. Full disclosure. I told everybody I don't care about none of this shit. Market tells me buy, I'm gonna buy. Exactly. See, Lee Bright is the pinnacle of the student that I'm creating. Lee Bright probably doesn't even listen to me anymore. He probably doesn't even care what I think. If Lee Bright wants to long and I want to short, he's gonna long. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, he's going to do what he wants to do. He's not going to rely on... Now, if I agree with him, that he might look at that like, oh, that's probably good. But at the end of the day, he's going to look at the charts And he's going to listen to what the chart is telling him, not anybody else, myself included. And that's exactly what you guys should become. That's what all of you should become. Capital preservation over account growth every time. Yeah, that's one of the laws too. I just don't know which one. I know, Libre. I know, bro. I know. Trust. I've seen a lot of students. You know, I've taught a lot of students. A lot of people have quit. You know, I see it, and I also see the ones who put in the work and become successful. So it's almost like there's a reason I tell you guys to read and to study and print charts and, you know, look at certain things. You know, there's almost a reason behind it. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I don't really have too much as far as analysis goes. On a hourly chart for NQ, obviously, we've seen a lot of expansion. This is our 12 o'clock, which is pretty much the PM session. So we may end up retracing a little bit. I don't think we should see any deep retracements. I definitely don't think we should make a new low of day. But, you know, who's to say, man? Who is to say? If we do retrace into this up candle here, I really don't think we should go beyond it. And if we do, then I guess we do, but I don't think we will. I think, you know what's interesting too? I just thought of this. Leaving behind even more short-term highs, looking tasty for more longs when the time is right. What are you going to do on MOC? Bro, I don't know what I'm going to do for the MOC until, like, probably a few minutes prior to that. If we're like inching up to those highs by the MOC is going to launch us there. Probably. But anyway, think about this. Think about this. Isn't it weird? Right? Isn't it weird? I mean, again, this may not even be a real thing. It's just something to think about. It's something to get your brain turning. Okay? We got to do some thinking here. Don't you think it's weird that Friday left us equal highs going into a weekend where they knew some shit was fixing to pop off? I mean, the US was moving ships long before the weekend. I don't know what day it was, but we moved ships across the ocean like way prior to Friday. So it's interesting. They leave equal highs on Friday. Stuff is almost always done on the weekend. Any type of like BOMB dropping, any type of WAR stuff, usually stuff like that, it almost always happens on a weekend, which is interesting. It's an interesting phenomenon. So why would we leave that on Friday, start some shit on the weekend, and then roll over after that? That doesn't make sense. We leave equal highs, start some shit, trade lower, and then jam it up there for everybody that's trying to short. Because there probably is some people that are short from Friday. It's possible. Well, I guess the triple Q highs have been taken. That hasn't. But again, isn't that just weird? Isn't that weird? That's not normal. People who bought the gap right at the market open at 6 p.m. got clapped. Oh yeah. Unless they took partials at halfway or in a premium. Yeah. I couldn't tell you how many times I did that on Sunday night when I was in the military. And, you know, people always said, oh, well, gaps fill. And I would buy you know, a gap down or short a gap up, and I would get absolutely massacred. And it didn't take long to understand that that's not how it works. I mean, yes, sometimes it'll immediately trade to the, you know, previous close, but a lot of the times it's not going to do that. So it didn't take long to understand that most information out there is BS. So yeah, what questions do you guys have? Because I don't have much else for you. I really don't. One of you in the Discord said that this is a really good time for stillness is the key, and I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. This is our book of the month for March of 2026. Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. Stillness is the key. In short, get away from social media. Filter your information diet. Stop just trying to be on top of everything. Like my exes. All right, sorry. I couldn't pass that one up. But stop trying to be on top of everything. You don't need to know it all. You probably won't know it all. I don't know it all. Okay? But let me ask you this. When you're in the know, like when you know, oh, so-and-so is sleeping with so-and-so and this person this and that person that, how does that even serve you? It doesn't make sense. And I'll put it to you this way. The more time you spend on things that don't matter, the less time you spend on the things that do matter. So if you're not getting the results that you want, but yet you're not putting in the work, whose fault is that? We can all go to our phones. We can all go to our settings, or I forget where it is, but it's in there and it'll tell you how much time you spend on each app. 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours a day, or above that. I've hit 7 or 8 hours on the phone before in a day. I've done it, so I know. But prior to all the short form content that we have today, I spent a lot more times on this stuff. This and video games. But, it was a back and forth, a couple hours on the charts, a couple hours on the video games, a couple hours on the charts, a little bit of both. But what I was doing, at least what I thought, was balancing learning and having fun. So that's how I did it. That's how the Matrix is designed, and it's easy to spot the sheep who fall for it. Yep. I agree, G. I think that's in stillness. Wisdom is the sense of the big picture, accumulation of good experience. Yep. I think that's what I posted on my Facebook yesterday. Good job, Julius. Put a limit on the Instagram. That's solid. Yeah, that is solid. All right, well, if you guys don't have anything else, then that is going to be it. All right, so remember, law number 39. It doesn't occur often. It's not something that you should look for every single day. But if everybody's talking about the same thing, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I ran this, I ran that, Trump this. And if everybody's talking about the same subject, that's when you know. That's when your ears perk up like a cat and go, something ain't right. Everybody wants to be bearish. Okay, we're probably bullish. You going to trust what everybody else says, or are you going to trust the equal highs that formed on Friday? And again, we could just leave an engineered high and end up trading lower and take out Monday's low. We can definitely do that. All I'm saying is everybody thought it was going to go lower, and yet we rallied from 24,644 roughly up above 25,000. You know, we rallied over 400, 450 points. No. Observe the masses, do the opposite in almost every case, and you'll do well. So today is just another example of that. It's another example of a law that you've already been given. Okay? There's nothing new under the sun, baby. It's in the Bible somewhere. I don't know if it's Ecclesiastes or Proverbs or where. There's 66 books in the Bible, bro. I don't know. But it's in there somewhere. There is nothing new under the sun. Everything repeats. Once you learn what actually repeats, that's what you lean in on. That's what you use. You use what works. And seeing what everybody else does and doing the opposite, that works. Especially in trading. So y'all be good, be blessed. We'll be here same time, same place tomorrow on Tuesday the 3rd for our next free live stream right here on YouTube. We're so close to 11,000 subs as well. I think we're less than 50 subs away from 11,000. So that would be great. The only alert I have for today is 25,099. That's the only alert that I have. Even if Dow comes all the way back here, I don't care. Nobody cares about Dow Jones anyway. See y'all tomorrow.
When you come in, I'm quiet. When you come in, I'm quiet. When you come in, I'm quiet. But it's so loud when we touch. So loud when we touch. So loud when we touch. You're safe. Say you love me. Say you love me. Say you love me.